Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time with DNS. This time we're in Italy at Monza, and you can see it's a dry race, dry qualifying. So heading into this one, not a huge fan of this track, I must be honest. It's not one of my favourites, especially from last year, but it's better to drive this year than it was in 2017. And yeah, I didn't think I'd be anywhere particularly great. We're getting straight into it here. Here is my last run on qualifying on the softs. I knew that I needed to do something different if I wanted to challenge at the front today for this race, so I ended up going for the softs. On the similar strategy, I think I wouldn't have done as well. So I'm going to start at P3, I believe, on the softs there. So you can see there, Steve just sneaking on pole position ahead of Scoo there, and just ahead of Dan there on softs as well. So, anyways. I mean, I didn't think I'd win this one. I was hopeful possibly of a podium, but look, we'll see how we get on. We're starting on softs, doing something different to the front too. We'll see how we get on with that. So low turnout this week, obviously getting near the holidays and shit. Some people are, been working and such. Anyways, here we go though, hoping for a good start at 3 and 4 and 5 red lights, and away we go. So not a bad start. See Steve a little slow off the line, and Scuba's going to get a good run on him. Behind there is Archie going to try and close the door somewhat, drift to the middle somewhat. I can't make my mind up. A little bit of contact from behind. There's a contact there in front between Steve and Scuba, but we make it through anyways if we stay in third. I think there was some contact behind. There's Dan got caught in an incident, so yeah, so decent start, hold a position, and obviously obviously I benefited from Dan having his accent there at the back, which took him out of the run anyways for my spot. Anyways, lap 4, you can see the guys in the Super still pressing their advantage, 1.4 seconds ahead of the guys like myself on soft. So lap 9, okay, so like literally nothing has happened. Like we've just been following Steve and Scuba for this race. You can see Steve pulls into the pits there. I'm carrying on. I had serious tyre wear issues here at Monza on these softs. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I only did one qualifying run on these, maybe 2. But at this point now, where I should have been pressing my advantage on the softs compared to Scuba's Supers, who's still out in front, by the way, still hasn't pitched on lap 11. You can see the percentage on 66. Like I just had no feel left in these tyres. So my advantage that I hoped to create by starting on softs was utterly wrecked. And now it's a case where lap 11 head on to lap 12. We're both pitching for a set of mediums to go to the end, so it hasn't worked out. I'm not sure why that is the case, but I'll have to look at it next time when I'm around Italy again. But we will find out soon enough. Anyways, mediums on to the end, and we'll see what we can do. But look, it's going to be tough to do anything against Scuba now. We're on the same strategy. I had to do something in the first stint to make it to be different. Didn't work out, but we're going to come out to the pits. You can see Steve is going to be right alongside us. I can't get up to speed quick enough. He's going to have to brake. He's going to be ahead in the braking zone, and he's going to get that position. So I was like, damn it. So I had to get by Steve at some point. He's got a few laps older mediums, not too much, but to make a really much of a difference. So we're going to have to hope that we're quicker than him on the same set of tyres this time, as opposed to Supers against Super Softs last time. Lap 14, and then the back straight towards Parabolica. I was closing a lot quicker than I expected to be. Heading down the straight to get a good run. He was a little wide there, misses the apex slightly through Parabolica, and puts me just close enough where I can, puts me more than close enough to really get set for a move. I only needed to knock up into overtake ERS deployment, just pull over to the right hand side, DRS rich and high, and pulled out so far that I had a chance to even switch back onto the racing line safely before the braking zone, instead of compromising myself into turn 1. So that was a move done then for P2, and happy enough with that. And then obviously Scuba's up ahead. He's going to be tough to beat, especially around one of my least favourite tracks. 2.8 seconds is the gap, lap 20. So that kind of shows you how kind of tight things were. Like the pace was not that different. Steve is going to drop behind because I believe he had wing damage, but in lap 23, lap 24, again the gap I think is just over 3 seconds, 3.4. So again, I'm setting my fastest lap there. So these mediums were quite good, but just the first stint really screwed me over. I didn't have if I had done a bit more at my advantage, possibly things could have been a bit closer, but I mean, that's going to do it for the race. Like, again, not a lot happened. It was more so a matter of chasing. I had one overtake to make in the end. Um, it was good enough for P2. The pace again between myself and Scuba was quite close, but she just had more on this day than I did. So fair play to him. I'll definitely take P2. He hit my fastest lap there in the last lap. So happy enough with that as well. I mean, look, P2 out of Monza, I'll take it. Like I'll take it every day of the week. It's not, again, not one of my favourite tracks at all. Better than last year, 2017, to drive for sure, but still not one I particularly enjoy for a few reasons. The second chicane I don't like, the first chicane I don't like. Parabolica, actually, I just can't get Parabolica right for whatever reason. Just, I don't know what it is about it. Just, I don't, whatever it is, if it's, I don't take a wide enough entry, or I don't know. I just can't seem to get it right. So, anyways, I've left way too much footage in here for me to explain stuff, because there really was nothing to explain in this race. 3.1 seconds in the end. I wanted to try and get under 3 seconds just in case there was a chance of a penalty, but no such luck, of course, as to be expected. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's Monza. I'll take it. I'm repeating myself. I'm rambling. Next up is Singapore. Singapore is a track I think I'm going to be a bit more interested in, but tyre wear is going to be a huge thing as well. I'm just looking at the lap times here. A few inconsistencies, but generally consistently enough in the high 23s, at least on softs anyway. Looking at others as well, like so. Yeah, just scouting out the competition, seeing what the times like. So they were my first time. They were Scoo's, I believe. So you can see my times there on pretty inconsistent, pretty on the medium. Just yeah. There's a couple of corners on the track where I just can't get consistently. Like second chicane, for example, is one. Scary can be another. A few variables I sometimes get wrong that kind of led to a little bit of inconsistency in lap time. So I think that was more so the explanation for that than anything else. But I guess that's going to do it for round number 13, I think, or 12 or 13. I think it's 12 because we didn't do Baku, Monaco. Next up is Singapore. Should be a doozy. Till next time.